Good evening, everybody, and welcome to this evening's official stream tonight. So I've got all my information over here and my stuff up here. Let me move what I'm looking at so that I'm looking at you and not looking over there and talking to the wall. Welcome to the stream this evening, folks. Tonight we are taking a look at the Union Pacific DD35. Let me just show you what this wee beastie looks like. This is the Union Pacific DD35. This pack is by Digital Train Model, one of our partners, and they've made a number of other packs, including the DD40, which you can also get. But the DD35 is a bit different in how you can use it. So this pack comes with the DD35, the DD35A, and the GP35, and I'm going to show you all of those right now, in fact. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the game into a quick free roam, show you around everything that's in the pack. And then we'll run a scenario, and we can have a look. Right. So, I'm joined by DTG Stephen on the channel. So welcome to Stephen. Let's switch it over to the game. I'll put the sound back on so we can hear sounds. Right. So there you go, Sherman Hill. It's lovely, isn't it? So over here somewhere, I've stashed some locos and some wagons and stuff. So this is a DD35. This is a B unit, and it is basically two GP35s bolted together. That's the DD35, and it comes with the. So what happened was later on when they first launched, they were really quite unreliable, and one of the major factors this was blamed on was the internal sanders. So they came up with another variation which moved the sanders to the outside, which is also included in the pack. As well as the B unit, you've also got the A unit. So this is the DD35A unit. So this is a fully drivable loco. You obviously can't drive a B unit. A B unit provides extra power. So the A unit is provided, which has got the cab. In other words, in all other respects, it's identical, and you'll also find it's got a sander version with the external sanders. You've also got, because there's really not really much difference, the GP35. So this is the GP35, and you can notice if you look at the GP35 and the DD35, there's really not a lot of difference to them. If I just look up here, you can see they are basically the same. So that's the three locos. These are all the wagons that are included in the pack. I'm going to give you a bit of history about what you do with them in a minute. So we've got the caboose. We've got the boxcar, grain wagon, so a 3-bay hopper. We've got a piggyback flat, which has got varying different loads on it, as well as coming unloaded. And then we've got this 3-bay hopper as well, uncovered hopper. So that's what's included in the pack. So that it's quite interesting. So let me just give you a bit of an idea of what actually went on with the DD35. So it's a 5,000 horsepower diesel electric locomotive with the DD wheel arrangement built by General Motors EMD for Union Pacific and Southern Pacific. So in the early 1960s, Union Pacific started asking for a 15,000 horsepower 3-unit locomotive set, not only to replace the turbines, but also to bring a new generation of diesel locomotives. So the DD35 was a cabless booster B unit, which is actually, as I've said, based on two GP35 prime movers with a common frame. So So EMD's response to Union Pacific's request was a 4-unit lash-up instead of the requested 3-unit set, which consists of a pair of 2,500 horsepower GP35s, which have then got two DD35s in the middle, so you end up with 15,000 horsepower, and it's essentially the same as 6 GP35s, but in 4 units. And then as well as the DD35, they also then, as you can see, they did the DD35A units, which actually had the cab already on them. So that's kind of an overview very quickly of what's in the pack. As I said, this pack is by Digital Train Model. There's something else I just wanted to show you as well. So if we hop into the cab on this one and we look around, You've got some of the features you come to expect from DTM, like windows and doors. If we come over here, then you've got this one as well. So if we go in here, you can see the door being open is reflected. Let me just shut that, keep the draft out. Right, and then down here we have the instrument lights, cab lights, got wipers. We've also got up here, let me just pin the camera there, right, we've got running number board lights, class lights, a beacon and platform lights here. So number board, classification lights, beacon lights and platform lights. So you can see at the top we've now got a beacon. Now this locomotive has a flashing beacon, the GP35 has a rotating beacon, so they're subtly different. You got your platform lights on down here, classification lights are on, so we've got lots going on. There's your bell. And that's your horn. So obviously you've got the usual assortment of things like wipers. You've got your blinds which can be moved. So you've got a good range of functionality on this unit. Right, I think the best thing to do now is just to get into a scenario. Before we start the scenario, because we're not going to see everything, I thought I'd just give you a quick overview of everything that is in the pack, and then we will you'll see the thing, you'll see it go in. Right, let me switch back to this page. Hello. And we'll get into a scenario. So if you just bear with me just a moment. There it is. So this is one of the scenarios that comes with the pack. Right. So for those of you that have noticed, yes, I am at home doing the stream today because I'm busy getting ready for this weekend. If you're not aware of it already, there is a 24-hour train sim charity stream starting at 1 PM on Saturday. This as in tomorrow, which isn't panicking me in the slightest. Right, the locomotive has been refueled and you're ready to depart. Go back towards Cheyenne, South Hanson. Keep an eye on the track and check junctions all the time. Right, so I'll talk to you more about the charity stream in just a moment. Let's concentrate on DD35 first. We need to be going that way into there. Right then. So this is one of those 15,000 horsepower units that I was talking about. Two GP35s at either end, one GP35 at either end, sorry, and a pair of DD35s in the middle. Think about this a bit like the F7 ABBA type units of old. It's a similar sort of idea in that it's a lashed together set. Don't forget the mirrors. Oh yeah, I mean, you've got the mirrors, so M for your mirror, Shift M. So M toggles your mirror, and oh, there's no mirror on the rear, so it's just M. Now the other thing that this loco's got, which is really quite cool, is all the brake gear works. So I'll show you that in a minute. So what I mean by that is all this stuff on the truck here, you can see the pistons moving. So we'll look at that in just a minute. This loco also has all the modern braking that you're familiar with from Sherman Hill in TS 2016. So it's got the much more advanced and accurate simulation of the American air brake systems. Right, as soon as we've cleared the signal, we can stop. Right, so if I now just pop down here, right, we need to go forward to reverse point next. So let's get the path set up, then we can enjoy this, watching the brakes do their thing, because it's the sort of thing that appeals to me. Right, let's put reverse point, so we're clear forward to reverse point. So now put the reverser forward. If I release the brakes, you can see them all coming off. All this gear is all animating. We'll have a look at that again in case you missed it. .15 limit in the yard here. So you're as usual for these advanced previews. What you're looking at here is not yet finished, but it's at a point where we'd like to show it to you. Invite your feedback. So if you've got any feedback or comments, then you're more than welcome to let us have them. Is the bell animated? I don't actually know. Can't really see. Right. Just watching my speed there. Yes, if this is a pre-release demo or advanced preview. So if you've got any feedback of anything that you see, then do let us know. You want to see the horn? I've had a question from someone saying, why do trains have beacons? The main reason for having beacons is enhanced visibility, to be honest, when you're doing what I'm doing now, so I should have the beacon on actually. There you go, this is the twirly beacon on the GP35. So that anyone who's looking, who's in the yard, might be walking around, or even driving a train, can easily see what's actually going on. And if your train is moving, it's in the yard, then it ought to have the beacon on. So yes, we're in command of 15,000 horsepower with these three. These are the end locos are 2,500 horsepower each, and then you've got 5,000 horsepower in there. So as I said, it's like 6 units coupled together, because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. The middle two each being worth a pair each. Coming up on reverse point in front of us. So the reverse point's here because we're going to reverse back down that track in a minute. Quite gone far enough. So this is like a DD40X and a GP30 combined. It's kind of BNSF. It's a GP35, but it's the same design principle as the DD40X, which I think is based on the GP40. Right, let's change the switch so that we get back to the consist once we're told it's okay. This is not the 24-hour stream, folks. This is the official stream. We're doing a preview of the DD35 by Digital Train Model. The 24-hour stream on Train Sim Live's channel is tomorrow. Right, go backwards and couple wagons at Cheyenne. Reverse up, hook up to those wagons, and then we'll get on with our run. I pull in the wagons and no one's taking me to task. Freight cars, I do apologise. Lovely squealing around the corners. Oh, fantastic. A. Rubin says, leave it to Union Pacific to make some of the largest locos. Well, absolutely. I mean, what with the big boys, the turbines, the DD series, it's an impressive roundup. Right, now we can depart. It's a little bit rough, but okay. Let's just have another look at the brakes as we get moving. So if you watch them now, if I release the brakes, there you go. What I do need to do is just make sure that everything is set for us to go the correct way, which it isn't. Going through Cheyenne Northway West. Yep. I need to change that, and then we're under control. Whitemead, Class 68, there'll be news as and when there's news. That's about all I can tell you, unfortunately, at the moment. This scenario is about 50 minutes long. We've been going a little while on it, so the stream will be, but that's basically it for the stream. Cheers, Amarillan. So the way the volume is changing, that's one of the known issues. So let's turn the beacon off now. Right. Just leaving the yard. We get the chance to speed up. I think top speed on this journey is 55. be in run 8 for all of that, I think. So we're coming round here. We have got a red light at the moment. Might need to ask permission to get on the main line, so let's press tab. Yep, we've just been given permission. We've got a green, secondary green. So going on a secondary route, we'll be changing lines. Let's get the doors open. Let some air in. Almost out of the area now. It's a big unit. CAD, there is no nothing, no comment yet on the new Unreal version of Train Sim. Hang fire on that. When there's news, rest assured, it will be shouted about. So these are some of the wagons that are included in the pack. Freight cars. Some of the freight cars that are included in the pack. Try pulling all this with a pump cart, eh, Ruben? No problem. Coming up to the 20 limit, and by the time we've sped up to 20, we'll be in the 35. BNSF, the mirrors fold out, they certainly do. Just press the M key to toggle it. We're in the 40 limit now, so Jeep coming the other way. Have I ever modded the game to make a really fast train? I did modify a couple of one unit for my son, who's making a route which had really steep gradients, and so he needed a train which could climb really steep gradients, so I changed that. Didn't make it go particularly fast, but it meant it could go up really steep gradients. Right, 55 limit in a minute. Let's fly over here. Watch some trains. If you're just joining us, then welcome. We're taking a look at the Union Pacific DD35, which is coming soon. This is an advanced preview of unfinished content, and it's this is the Union Pacific DD35. Actually, this what I'm looking at here is a GP35, of course. That's the DD35, but it's all in the same pack, and it's coming soon. Keep an eye out on the usual channels for release dates. If you've got any feedback, then do pass it back to us. The chat does get passed along. Any chance we can get the DD35A in action? Maybe we'll take a quick look at that towards the end. Right, someone was asking about looking at the trucks. Now it's getting loud. Turn that volume down a little bit. Amtrak Lover, does this pack come with a caboose? It certainly does. Josh Harkness, I don't think there's any release date been announced for Clear Creek route yet. Keep an eye on Facebook, etc. It's gone through Wycon. Next ETA is Bury, Maine, or next destination is Bury, Maine. So this only takes us just to Granite, so about another 20 minutes. Let's have another flyby, shall we? They always look good. I'll do it up here somewhere, maybe. What route is this pack for, Burnout Racer? It's for Sherman Hill. Josh Harkness, the other place to look, of course, is the train-simulator.com website. So all these freight cars come with the pack, including the caboose at the rear here. So we're powering our way up this 1% gradient. All the fans working at the top here. Dog Games, can we look at the cab? We can certainly look at the cab, absolutely. As I said, we've got interactive features like doors, blinds. .48 miles an hour here. And then we've got, it's funny, I've got to look with the tracker, but then I'm trying to keep an eye on what I'm doing. So class lights, beacon, platform lights, and number board lights. So we've got all sorts of lights going on that you can turn on and play about with. Let's get a little bit less silly. We'll need the number board lights, turn the class lights off, turn the beacon off, turn the platform light off. There you go. Coming up to Borry Main, and then we're off to Granite. Take a look at that truck detail since we've got it's nice and in the sun. As I said before, all the trucks are animated with all the brake gear, so you'll see the cylinders expand and then all the rodding moves and the brake shoes go onto the wheels. What we'll do is when I show you the DD35A briefly at the end, we'll put the brakes on and off a few times just so that you can see that. Burnout Racer, yes, there is some frame dropping. This machine doesn't have an SSD, unfortunately. So while it maintains a really good frame rate normally, the minute it has to read data off the disk, it chugs a little bit. Getting about 42 frames per second at the moment. Delayed train is blocking a path. Stop at Granite Main to east, which is in 9.6 miles. Moggy wants to see the wipers. Apparently, there you go, Moggy. Doesn't that look good? Especially when it's not raining. Even wipes at the back. DD35, you want to hear the horn? I don't know quite why you can't hear it. It's a bit quiet. I don't know why it's coming out properly. Big Jones, you ever operated a real train? Some would say, thankfully, no. Eight and a half miles to Granite. Should we have another flyby? Let's see what it looks like sitting up here, shall we? Oh, trees, bushes. Slowly losing the battle here. We're down to 44 miles an hour. Very, very slowly. Horn went on a flyby. Let's do that. Got a 45 limit coming up. Which isn't a problem for us. Well, like I said, Dorito, this is unfinished, and I will be passing feedback on, and they'll also be receiving all of your comments in chat as well, so that they can work on it. But Fastmare Boy says this train pack is amazing. I must admit, I totally agree. When I first saw it, I was just expecting the DD35A effectively, and it's got the B and it's got the GP35 as well, which is and all the freight cars, which is very cool. Scenarios are for Sherman Hill. 6.4 miles. What have we got now? 5.9 miles to Granite Lane. So what does everyone think? Feedback is all much appreciated. If you're just joining, we're taking a look at Digital Train Models' new DD35 pack, which includes the DD35, the DD35A and the GP35. Scenarios of Sherman Hill. And it's loud. 4.9 miles. Busmad Boy's asking about why not add a weathered variant. So weathering is an interesting topic, and essentially the reason why you'll see less weathered content is because most brands don't want their trains or their trains shown in a dirty state because it makes it look bad. Well, you could argue whether or not it's realistic, but most brands don't want their trains to be seen in a dirty condition. So getting brand approval or license approval for weathered trains is very, very difficult. What's the bell like? Getting drowned out, I think, is basically the problem. I'll show you the bell when we get onto the DD35A. Don't know if it's still last, but when she expected to be ready for purchase. There isn't a release date for this that I'm aware of yet, Union Pacific. Keep an eye on Facebook, Twitter and trainsimulator.com for news of the release. .5 miles to go. We're still thundering our way up this hill. We're slowing down slowly still, but very, very slowly. We're doing good. We're doing fine. 15,000 horsepower under our control at the moment. Moggy wants to get out and push. Yeah, go for it, Moggy. Mr. Sandman, it's got the advanced braking from Sherman Hill. Moggy, is that a B loco? Yes, the ones in the middle are B locos. They have no cab. .3 miles. Another Jeep coming the other way. Got a mile to go. Just about levelling off actually, where the gradient looks like it's easing up here. Burnout Racer, it's a very powerful pack paired up with the Semper Centennial. Absolutely. Can you imagine if you had DD40 AXs at either end and the DD35 B units in the middle? That'd be a fairly fearsome amount of horsepower. Less than a mile to go. Half a mile. There's the waypoint up there. Might as well let gravity slow us down. Do you have to own Sherman Hill to use the locos? No, C. Rogers, you just need to own Sherman Hill if you want to run the scenarios. If you want to run the locos on a different route, you don't need to own, then that's fine. Right, we're coming up. We've got to stop in front of this signal. Stand down a bit too much. At this rate, we're never going to get there. These things don't stop on a dime, so you do have to be a little bit careful. Brakes on, we're stopped. There we go. Ooh, 992 score. Good job. Don't know when the track will be cleared, so take a break for a while. So that was one of the scenarios that comes with the pack. What do we get? Didn't get anything at all. Boo. Like I said, it's an unfinished pack. I don't know who wrote the scenarios, BNSF. Right, okay, so we wanted to have another look at the... let me switch back over to here. Ooh, big scary me on the scratch. Damn made me jump. Sorry about that. And let me run the free roam again, so that we can just have another quick look at the what's in the pack just one more time, and then we'll just drive the DD35A briefly forward. Is there going to be a giveaway? There is going to be a giveaway, yes. Right. Before we do this, I'm just going to get the giveaway system all prepared, because that usually takes a while. Right, okay, so over here we have, this is the DD35B, the DD35B with external sanding units, DD35A with external sanding units, and DD35A without them, with the interior sanding. GP35, boxcar, caboose, the grain covered hopper, flat car with the piggybacks, the empty piggyback, and then the coal car. So that's what's in the pack. So let's just have a quick look at the get in the DD35A. So you wanted to hear the horn more clearly. Can't really see the brake shoes on this one. The brakes moved, but you can't really see the brake shoes, unfortunately. Let me show you on the. Let's get it moving, and we'll move it forward and back a bit so you can hear it. External interior sanding units is just a modelling change. Basically, the early versions of these units had major mechanical problems, and they pinned it down to the interior sanding, where the sand was interior. The sand got places it's not supposed to get, as sand does, and so they moved the sanders externally to try and resolve that issue. So let's stop this, and then we'll go back and I'll just show you the brakes one more time, and then we'll do a giveaway. Let's just go over to the Jeep. So if I just unlock the camera and focus in on the brakes a bit more, what you're looking for is the cylinder moving, this arm here, the brake moving this arm, and then you can see stuff moving down here as well. So if I it's making me out. It was working. I don't quite know why it isn't working. I have clicked on it, haven't I? Maybe it doesn't work in free roam or something. Oh, I guess we'll chalk that up to it's still in development. If you look earlier in the video, I did show the brakes moving, so you can see what's going on. But yes, all of the mechanics under there all move. So I will report that. So wrong loco. No, but the brakes are the brakes on the other one. You can't really see them move. So I don't know why they're not showing up on that. Anyway, moving on. It's time for a giveaway. So I've got 2 copies of this to give away. And the first keyword, you're never going to guess. It's DD35. No, this loco just generally isn't working very healthily. While you do that, let me just go back into the scenario. It might be the way I've set this free roam up. Hold on a second. Big face! Right, I'll fire that scenario back up and we'll just look at it at the beginning again, because it was working. I think I just did something wrong with that scenario. Right. Right, let's roll it. Arnold Ace Rimmer is our first winner. Congratulations, Arnold Ace Rimmer. Alright, and we can do another one now. And the next one is going to be, you guessed it folks, DD35. Right. Let me go back to the game while you do that. That's better, it's working on this. So if I apply the brakes, if I apply them a lot, you can see this is moving and all this mechanical stuff is moving down here. Release the brakes, it's all moving. It's very clever. The shoes themselves don't actually move a great deal, but you can see all the other mechanics moving as well. This isn't the first loco that's got this. DTM actually put it on their locos quite frequently, but I always like it. Right, how many have we got? We got enough. Let's roll that one, and Burnout Racer is the next one. Make a note of your details. Right, so congratulations to Arnold Ace Rimmer and Burnout Racer. You'll both be receiving a copy of the DD35 pack as soon as it's released. Well, within 28 days of it being released. As I said earlier, it can take some time to get the keys through. I should talk this way, shouldn't I? I'm looking at chat. Let me move the chat next to the camera. That's better. So let me. We'll get in touch with you via Twitch messaging once the keys are available, and you'll hear from us then. Right, that's basically it. The last thing I'm just going to leave with a quick mention. Tomorrow, starting at 1 PM, is Train Sim Live's 24-hour charity stream. This is 24 hours of train simulation. A couple of other bits like flight sim in the way as well, but most of it is train simulation. And I'm going to be running routes from all over the world, and all sorts of locos, doing all sorts of different things. There'll be some Twitch plays, train sim mixed in there as well. So I hope to see you all for as much of that as possible. It's all in aid of Cancer Research UK, so it's all for a good cause. Right, you can get the if someone can post the link onto the chat, that way if you don't know the URL you can find it. Alright, otherwise than that, thanks very much for joining me everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this preview of the DD35 pack from Digital Train Model, and I'll catch you on the next official stream. Thanks a lot, bye bye.